welcome to Shooting the Shit with Vicki. It's Monday, July 21st, and I know you've given up on me, and I'm beyond-ish, but you know, I can't even believe I'm doing this show today. There is a lot going on. Today was a crazy day. There are many more, there's 5 more days, 6 more days of a lot of activity, and I'm coming on because I wanted to check in with you guys, but it's just a crazy time to be here. I feel like there are things I could be doing, I should be doing. I don't want to shoot on myself, but what's going on here with this? What's going on with that? So yes, I visited Nicole Venables yesterday, and my fabulous hairdresser, Tristan, and I'm very blonde again, which is lovely. And I haven't washed my hair since yesterday because we got to let the color set. Hi, Jan. Hi, Carol. You're here for the countdown. Yeah, there's a lot to count down. There's a lot to say. Yeah, so anyway, I haven't styled it yet myself. So we'll see. I think I'm going to be wearing, I'm going to have, thank you, I'm going to have curls, not curls, but some movement in my hair for the wedding. You may or may not notice, probably won't notice, because I have earrings on, feather earrings, but this is the first time in 14 years that I don't have feathers in my hair. I had Nicole take out the feathers from my hair so that I should look like a grown-up at my daughter's wedding. No, not because of it. They just, you know, I was gonna wear my hair half up, I told you guys, but you know, no, we can either wear up or down. And the feathers just, I don't wanna wear an updo. And the feathers, when I do stuff with my hair, don't really do stuff. The wedding came up fast for you. If you saw my daily today, hi, Anne. If you saw my daily today, hi, Laura. Hi, Snuffy. I'm a little late. A little bissel. Teeny-eeny. Yeah, I'm so tired. We haven't been sleeping very well. I've been averaging about 5 hours a night for like 2.5 weeks. The one day I went to get acupuncture last week, I slept for 7 hours. But other than that, there has not been, poor Snuffy hasn't been sleeping. We haven't been getting any sleep. I don't know what I'm wearing here. This is like a crazy thing. This makes absolutely no sense, but it's a new top. I like the top. I really didn't know. Oh, who sent 13 stars? Would you look at that? Snuffy sent 200 stars. Andrew sent 13 stars. Thank you for the stars, everybody. Hi, Esther. Hi, Pia. Yeah, I don't know what pants I'm gonna pair this with, but I tried on like 3 and I was like, no. And I just threw on the sweats I was wearing earlier. So yes, I'm very comfortable. I have nice shoes with a little silver thing popping over there. Oh, is there more stars here? Thank you, Snuffy. Thank you, Andrew. You guys are, oh, those are the same. Sorry. Well, I appreciate them anyway. So the feathers are gone from my hair for the first time in 14 years. Yeah, my mother who has complained about them innumerable times, I'm sure she won't even notice that they're not there. There's something weird going on there. I don't know. Weirdness. I don't know. It's crispy. I put a lot of spray in because my hair was really flat. And so I saw Nicole Venables yesterday, the best hairdresser, and I love Nicole. It was great to be in her chair and spend some time with her. It took a lot of time to get me this blonde again. I'm very blonde. All that dark yarmulke is gone. Yeah, but what did I do here? I don't know what I did here. I don't know. It's going to bother me the whole show. I should have brought a can of hairspray out here so I could fluff. Hi, Marge. How are you? With those silver jingle jangles on your top, you need Hair, you need, you know, it's so funny that you should say that. I put on a pair of harem pants. I have gray harem pants. And I put them on, and I don't know why. I didn't like it, and I took them off. I actually have harem pants, gray ones. They were kind of a different color gray than this, but yeah, I should have left those on probably, right? Yeah, I probably should have left those on. I don't know why I changed. These are really comfortable though, and I'm tired, so it's good to feel like I'm in my pajamas because I'm tired. I need a good night's sleep. I'm seeing Mason, the acupuncturist, on Wednesday, and so you know what happens? I come home from the acupuncturist and I can't keep my eyes open. I couldn't keep my eyes open driving home. It was almost not safe. And almost as soon as I got home, I never nap, but I nap when I leave Mason, and that's a wonderful thing. And so I napped for an hour, plus I got like 7 hours of sleep that night. But not since, not before. So you can't tell in this so much, but I am happy to say that for the first time in 2 years, hi, Bet. Oh, Bet, you know, Bet, I gotta have you back on Game Changers. We need to chat it up again. The last time I talked with you, I was in my other house, so it's over 3 years ago. I think more like 4 at least. So I saw your garden. How does Bet's garden grow? It grows so well. Do you have cockle shells? I don't know. 3 mates all in a row? I don't know what that rhyme is. But anyway, your garden looks amazing. Speaking of gardens, you can't send stars. I'm sorry, Pia, but thank you for thinking of it. I appreciate that. Speaking of gardens, I would have forgotten to tell you guys about this. So we had the same gardener for the last 3 years. And, you know, the hedges were like this, and all the plant, the whole row of plants in front of the house, dead. The 2 plants right in front of the door, dead. The whole row of flowers along the side here, dead. The bougainvillea and the roses and the lavender all overgrown and all fucked up, and it was just kind of a mess. You're down? All right, I'm going to get in touch with you with a date. We're going to do it see you in September, baby. See you. Nobody wants me singing. Nobody wants me singing. Anyway, I'll see you in September. We'll see you in September. So anyway, we got a new gardener a couple of weeks ago, and he happens to be an arborist. I don't know that I knew what an arborist was. I would have had to guess prior to Andy coming to work here. But in any case, he brought in some guys and he planted a whole row of red roses where there was nada for the last couple of years, and cleaned up all the bougainvillea, and he cleaned up the lavender, and he's going to plant an orange tree. And in the front we have blue agave, and we're going to have red gardenias. And I thought, well, since we're having blue and red, should we have some white flower? No, I can't do the red, white, and blue thing right now. I just can't. I love my country, but I don't love that. So in any case, we'll have blue agave and some other blue flowers and some red gardenias. Anyway, it looks beautiful. It's so lovely to have pretty flowers and to have everything filled in and getting healthy again. The grass got really brown because it's been so hot and the sun's been beating down on it, but he fertilizes, and he doesn't use animal manure. He uses some organic something that's safe for Rue, but it's supposed to make our grass lovely. And it turns out the old gardener was, every time he was mowing, he was cutting holes into the water, the irrigation system, but now that's been repaired. So things should be really wonderful. Oh, Laura, thank you for those stars. Hi, Kate, how are you? Hi, Anita. Send him over, yeah, he's wonderful. And what else? There's so much to say. So yeah, Feather's gone for the first time in 14 years to go to the wedding. And of course, oh God, I hope I'll have him in time. I'm gonna bring my crimper and stuff to the wedding so that Craig can put them back in my hair at the end of the party. I'll wait till after the pictures are done and everything, and then, you know, we'll go and he'll put them back in my hair, because I'm naked without my feathers. I don't know. What do you think? Rufus? Sure. Send him on out, Snuffy. Bring the boy out. I'm really late today, but we'll take Rufus now. Happy to. We took Rufus out for a walk yesterday. We haven't done that in a long time. It's been at least 6 weeks. And we went out to the park yesterday, and Rufus has a thing where I just spit. He has to mark his area as soon as he gets there. So the second he gets out of the car, he's peeing every 3 steps. He's pooping, he's peeing, he's peeing, he's pooping. And boy, he got a lot to get over. And then he just prances around, his little tushy shakes, and it's the cutest thing ever. And he had a ball. And oh, what I started to say is that this is the first time in 2 years that I have stuck to my diet. For some reason, when we got back from Paris, I thought it was because of my medication. I really thought it was because of the, thank you, Bet. Yes, Saturday is the big day. I'm going to talk about it ad nauseum. We've been on eating Sunfare, this delivery system, and I've been on this fat burn. Rufus, come on, say hi to everybody. Hurry up, everybody's waiting for you. Hurry up, come on, hurry up. He's moving very slow, almost like Grandma Honey. Come on, Rufus, come on, hurry up, come on. Say hi to everybody. Everybody's waiting for you. Come on. Oh, here he is. Look at that handsome fella. He's had a bath since the last time you guys have seen him. But Chris didn't give him a kerchief this time. I don't know why. Rufus, you don't have a kerchief. What's up with that? Sit down. Sit. What a good boy. Say hi to everybody. Everybody's giving you love. Say hi. Oh, Rufus, can you talk? Can you smile? Rufus now smiles. Rufus wasn't a smiling dog, but Snuffy noticed that about a month ago he started smiling. Rufus, are you smiling? Can you smile? Can you smile, my boy? Do you want a cookie? I think he deserves a cookie, don't you? Let's give Rufus a cookie, and then we can keep him around and keep him happy for a while. He's such a good boy. You know, I have a few friends that have lost their babies, their fur babies, in the last week. It's just heartbreaking. No, turn around. Sit. Okay, there you go. Now you can have it. Okay. So, no, stay. Rufus. Oh, all right. I'll put this down so you guys can see Rufus devour his cookie. Go ahead, finish your cookie. Finish your cookie. Go ahead, finish your cookie. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, now he's off. Oh, Rufus, his cookie. Rufus, here's your cookie. Look, you left cookie here. Rufus, here. Look, here's cookie. You want the rest of your cookie? Here. Here's your cookie. Go get it. Go get your cookie. Here. Oh, he won't go near the equipment. There, go get your cookie. That's your cookie. Go get your cookie. Oh, God. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Wait, I'm looking to see what you guys are saying. Isn't he handsome? I know. I think so, too. I know it is an early appearance, especially since I started so late. So, in any case, I don't even know what I was talking about. Now he's going to bark, so Snuffy lets him back in his office. What was I talking about? We finished with the gardener. Oh, so we get Sunfare delivered. We get Sunfare delivered. And I've been on fat burn. Snuffy and I were both on fat burn for a couple months, and it's very boring. It's just protein and vegetables and a piece of fruit. And he couldn't handle that for very long. He got off of that. But, you know, he's did very well. Ever since his surgery, he's lost a bunch of weight. He looks good. But anyway, I don't know what happened when we left Paris. So that's where I was. And I was blaming my zonisamide for my weight gain because when we were in Vancouver or something, a few months later, I forgot to take it for 3 days and I lost like 5 pounds. And I thought, I've gained this weight because of the zonisamide. But since Paris, I gained like, 10 pounds. And I was already 5 pounds overweight. when we went to Paris, or in Paris, I gained 5, I don't know. Anyway, I had a lot of weight to lose. And I have been unable to not cheat on fat burn. All this, you know, we cheat on the weekends, and we have sushi, and we have all kinds of things we shouldn't be having. And sushi would be fine if I didn't eat the rice. And but anyway, and the spicy tuna on, you know, yeah, oh God, it's all wet here. Roof is like just slobbered all over the floor. In any case, cheating on the fat burn like crazy. We went on a juice cleanse a couple times, and the juice burned. I got terrible reflux and had to get on these meds, and the meds made me sick, and I had to get off the meds. So I didn't know what to do, and I really wanted to lose weight for the wedding. And talk about waiting for the last possible minute. You know, I decided, 8 weeks ago when I found my outfit, or whenever it was, that which fits me, you know, as I was. It fit me, you know, fine. And, you know, with Spanx underneath, fit me great. And I thought, okay, you know, that works. But I really wanted to lose the weight. And the wedding was not really the wedding gave me a raison d'etre, but it wasn't really the reason. I wanted to lose the weight anyway. Thank you so much, Leslie. I appreciate it. So anyway, I went for a fitting with Craig last week because he tailored my outfit. He shortened it for me, which I'll get to. That's a whole nother funny thing. But in any case, when we bought it, I looked terrible in everything because I was fat. And the sequin gown made me look like a fat, matronly old hag. It was just awful. The sequin gowns were all awful. So this outfit that I ended up getting, which I will finally show to you guys after Saturday, look great, but it's pants, and it's very simple. It's navy, a pants jumpsuit thing with a little navy chiffon jacket, but a lot of bling. I got these fantastic crystal Beverly Johnson heels, and you know, you're not supposed to wear heels there because it's on the grass, right? So I got all these different things to put over the heel. None of them fit because it's a rectangular heel. I ended up getting grass walkers. So they're these flat, sort of almost plexiglass kind of things with rubber on the bottom by the toe and under the heel, and you affix them to the bottom of your high heels. And it's a whole clear plexiglass thing that runs your whole shoe, and then it distributes the weight. And I thought, oh my God, I'll be sliding like I'm ice skating on the grass. But no, it's got a little rubber thing to give you some traction. Are they gonna work? I don't know. We have a rehearsal on Friday, and I'm gonna wear very similar but different heels, but with the same kind of heel to the rehearsal, and see if I can walk, because it's not a pointy stiletto heel. It's a rectangle, like about that big. So maybe I can walk without going through the grass. And if so, forget the grass walkers. If not, I'm going to put on the grass walkers. My big concern is it's going to rip off the whole bottom of my shoe. The bottom of the shoes, Betsy Johnson's so fun. They're like turquoise bottoms. And and they're fragile. I haven't even worn them out of the house, and already a little piece of the turquoise has come off. So I can only imagine when I take off the grass walker, I'm going to whack off all of the turquoise. Probably the heel too, not the heel. But anyway, where was I going with? Anyway, so I couldn't stick to the Sun Fair. The cleansing, you know, I'd lose 5 pounds and then go off the cleanse and gain it back. You know, it was just, nothing was really working. And I really stayed at this crazy weight that was almost 20 pounds heavier than I normally am for like 2 years. And the self-loathing and the disgust. And every time I went sideways and looked in the mirror, I was like, I mean, just horrible. I just really was, I hated, I was just disgusted with myself. And I was just wearing tents all the time, and, you know, just big shirts. And I looked even bigger in those. It was just awful. And so for some reason, though, the wedding, with being the incentive, determined to not be the fat one at the wedding. I know I'm not fat. I know I wasn't fat, but for me, I was far from my ideal weight. and it's the heaviest I've been in my life, and I've been it for 2 whole years. A little bit of fluctuation here and there, but for the most part, I've been at that weight for 2 years, and it's just disgusted me. And that's, some of that time wasn't working out, but a lot of the time we were working out with Stan, but I wasn't consistent with my workouts. Stan didn't really work me out that hard, and on my own, I wasn't really filling in that much, and I wasn't really doing the elliptical, and I had gone from my habitual daily speed walk to once in a while, and not so speedy. And anyway, I've been working out very consistently since I started PT with Mike, who is unbelievably tough and great, and knows exactly how to target my pain and do things to help make me feel better. And in fact, right now I have to stand pulling in my abdomen and tightening my glutes, and then I won't have back pain. But in any case, ever since we started working out with Mike and doing PT, I again got into my daily routine of working out at night. I was really good doing the elliptical every day, and I'd gotten up to 48 minutes, and he was like, nah, that's not going to help your back. And I took that, he said no more than 30 minutes. And so, meanwhile, I took that as such an excuse. I haven't been getting on the elliptical very much at all, not enough, just a few days a week. I do the treadmill at PT, but only for like 12 and a half minutes. So no, not getting enough aerobics although we did walk yesterday, but not getting enough aerobics, but I've been doing a lot of I've been doing my PT exercises and my Jane Fonda stuff and some Pilates and all of that stuff. And I started sticking to Sunfair Fat Burn. I think I started last Wednesday. It can't just be those few days. I started Tuesday or Wednesday, no cheating. No cheating. I don't think I started till Wednesday. And I've lost like 8 pounds. It's crazy. Well, I juiced on Friday, and I juiced yesterday, although I did have a piece of olive toast. I kind of juiced Saturday, but I had lunch. We went out to lunch with my mother, and I had some bread, and I paid for that. I actually gained back a pound that I had to re-lose yesterday. But in any case, almost 8 pounds I've lost. And thank you, Kate, rather. And I'm very optimistic that I'm going to lose a few more. Today's an eating day. So I'm doing like 2 days of Sunfair Fat Burn, and then I'm doing 2 days of juicing, and then it'll be the wedding festivities starting on Friday. So Friday's the rehearsal dinner. So I'll juice during the day. I will eat at the rehearsal dinner, but I'm not going to go crazy. And the big thing is I'm going to let myself eat what I want at the wedding, but and then we have a brunch the next morning, and I have a party the next night. But starting that Monday, I'm going to go right back on a cleanse, and I'm going to cleanse for a couple days and get rid of the wedding weight, and I'm going to keep this going till I get back to my goal weight. I'm still about 9 pounds from my goal weight, and it would be great if I could lose more, but 9 pounds would be mwah. And even just if I lose like another 2 or 3 before the wedding, I'm going to be, you know how you feel when you've been losing, a few pounds, and you're working out and you're getting fitter, and the clothes start to, feel different. And I just feel different in my body. I just feel different. I lose in my arms very quickly. So my upper body, I just need the lower body to follow suit. But yeah, it's, this looks ridiculous, so you can't tell anything. But yeah, it's much better than it was. It's much better than it was. So that makes me happy. So when am I going to get to talking about the nuptials? I'm trying to think of everything else that I want to talk to you guys about before I get to the nuptials. But let's talk about the nuptials. So Saturday's the big day. Rehearsal dinner on Friday. Rehearsal. What's Matt?
You already had Rufus. You're not going to get him again, right?
No, we've had Rufus. We're good. Okay, bye. They're going to go do something. I don't know what they're going to go do. So, yeah. So, okay. So we've had other stuff going on too, because you know, Snuffy had that DBS surgery and gets adjusted every 2 weeks, and we've had the same person adjusting Snuffy's mechanism for the past couple of months, and she's the tech, it's what she does. And last Thursday, we saw the neurologist herself, and we were told she was a bit of a cowboy and a little wild with the, you know, turning things up and, you know, testing the waters and all of that. And we wanted Snuffy to be in good stead for the wedding and, you know, be tremor free and, you know, feel good and all of that. And so she started messing with things. And as soon as we walked out of her office, I mean, as soon, I don't even think we got out of the building, Snuffy got very uncomfortable. And it was a very hairy ride home, and then things just started to escalate for the last many days. He was really uncomfortable. He hasn't been able to sleep. It's been just very uncomfortable for him, and therefore uncomfortable for me too. And so we sort of had this emergency visit in a Starbucks outdoor cafe today, where this other tech, because our tech's out of the country, the other tech is out of the country, the surgeon is out of the country. So this guy we've never seen before pulls up with his computer and little machine and puts Snuffy's controls back to the way they were last Wednesday. Whew. I mean, as soon as he did it, Snuffy was calm, felt like himself again, and woo! But now we have a lot of appointments coming up before the wedding. So I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. He has PT. I have PT. I have acupuncture on Wednesday. We have the tech again for the real tech on Thursday. And then Friday, boom, and then the mishpuch is in town. They got here today, and we had a plumber here, and I was doing a workshop. By the way, great workshop. For those of you who were at the workshop today, I read for the first time in I don't know how long. I read the blessings that I'm going to read at the wedding, which I'll talk to you about, and my toast. That it's as much as I have so far. And we had a ball. It was wonderful. And great work today. And so anyway, the mishpuch is in town, which means the extended family, the new coming into family, which will be the future in-laws. And so hopefully they'll come on Wednesday, and we'll have them over to swim before everything gets... So Friday, we have nanny, Shelly, the pet nanny, coming to stay with Rufus, and we are going to go off to the hotel where the bridal party is staying. And then we all caravan over to the winery in Camarillo, and we have the rehearsal. And then we go back to the hotel and have rehearsal dinner, and it's like formal, serious shit. And I actually tried on 3 different things and came up with something that I'm gonna wear, but I'll take backup. And then on Saturday, the hair and makeup people are showing up in Samantha's suite at 7 a.m. There are 7 bridesmaids for them to attend, and mother of the groom, and I'm getting my hair curled, but not, I guess they don't do the blow dry. I guess we do our own blow dry, and then they do the final thing. And I'm not having them do my makeup, though. I'm kind of, you know, I've had makeup artists do my makeup, and then I go in and I go back to what I like. You know, I'm kind of just me doing me. So I'm not a bridesmaid. I don't need, you know, to have that kind of, that's okay, Anne. It wasn't that good. No, maybe I'll read it after the wedding on Shooting the Shit. I'll read them for you guys. The main reason I read them today is because somebody suggested, I knew I was never going to get through these blessings without ugly crying. And so somebody suggested that if I keep reading them out loud, it will desensitize me somewhat, so I will be able to get through them. So that was in part why I read them today. I also wanted some feedback, and I got it, and that was great. I mean, what are they going to tell me? No, those blessings suck. So it's 45 seconds of blessings, and my toast will be about the same length. And then I tried out my 3 little jokes on them, and they laughed in the right places, so that was good. And I wrote another one on the way home, right after that, so that's good. I've got like 4 little ha ha ha, and that's good. And what else? Of course, things start to, you know, you have run into a little stuff. It is Mercury retrograde. The wedding's in the middle of the retrograde, so things are going to go wrong. Last night, neither of our remotes worked. Nothing was working last night. Everything was kind of going wrong. Typical Mercury retrograde stuff. Oh my God, I forgot to say, today is Zoe Moon's birthday. Happy birthday, girl. I love you so much. You know, it's so bizarre what Facebook has started. Yes, I bet they are beautiful. Would love to hear the blessings next week. Okay, will do. Just don't look at the kids. Lucky for me, I cried at the rehearsal, so I knew to look at my niece at the wedding. Oh, I don't think I want to read my blessings at the rehearsal. I kind of want Samantha and Tristan to be surprised at the wedding. I don't want to read those at the rehearsal. That'll kind of ruin everything. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to just, you know, in my book, when I wrote about my wedding, I said, and the rabbi did Hebrew. So when I do my blessings at the rehearsal, I'm just going to say blessings. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to give up my blessings before the event. I want everybody to hear them for the first time, because I want there to be genuine emotion when everybody hears them. I mean, I guess it is when when just the immediate family shares it, but no, I want it to be. I didn't even imagine that I'd be rehearsing the blessings. I'm going to rehearse where I stand and stuff, but I also really wanted to read it off the phone. Samantha's like, no phones at the wedding, no taking out your phone, put it on paper. I'm like, but if I have a paper and I get upset, my paper's going to be, if I have my phone, I can hold it steady and I can make it big. Anyway, I'm going to obey and be a good girl. But that's good advice not to look at the kids, although I have to look at the kids because it's for them and they're the ones that I'm blessing. And I have to look at my girl and her guy. Hi, Alex. Thanks so much. I have to look at them and say the words to them because they're for them. So even if it makes me emotional, I'm going to have to do that, I think. Although I'll be reading also. Yeah, save them for the wedding, right, Liz? There you go. And so we have the rehearsal. Oh, so I was saying, so things can go wrong. So Tristan had a gig. He plays with Michelle Coltrane, John Coltrane's daughter, and he was connected to her through Snuffy. Michelle Coltrane used to live across the street from him, and he's friends with the Coltrane family. And Tristan's been playing with Michelle and company for, of course, there's a photographer, there's a videographer, of course. But the photographer will not be at the rehearsal. We'll be handling the pictures at the rehearsal. We'll all have our phones and, you know, we'll do our part. Or maybe somebody will be the designated photographer at the rehearsal. Maybe Snuffy will do it for me. In any case, what was I going to say? Before I said there's a photographer. Oh, so Tristan took a gig 6 months ago in Connecticut yesterday at this jazz festival. And, you know, he and Samantha discussed it and agreed that it would be okay. And so he flew to Connecticut on Saturday, and his return flight was today. Sure enough, his flight going out was delayed for hours. Then, when they played the festival yesterday, as soon as they got off stage, torrential rain, festival halted. Thank goodness they got to play. Then he got on his plane back. His whole family was coming to LA today. He was going to get here after them, but he was going to, and his connecting flight was boarding as he was still taxiing on the flight in. So it looked like he was going to miss his flight. Voila, he didn't. He made his flight, thank goodness. He should be home by now. He should be landing. I mean, I would be way too nervous to fly right before my wedding, but, you know, God bless him. So, and then there's been a couple of people that are ill and can't make it, and there's always that. You know, Samantha thought when she gave the final number in, done. That's how many people will be at the wedding. It's never that way. I've thrown enough events to know that there's a percentage of people that are going to be gone, that are not going to show up. And even she's got 4 now out of, I think, 89 people, 4 are not coming. So she said 85. My guess is she'll get to 80 before all is said and done, probably. And we're paying for 89. So come on over, because there's food for 89. Food and drinks for 89. So anyway, you know, that stuff just happens. Look over their heads. No, I don't want to look over their heads. I wanna look at them, Laura. I want to look into their eyes. I want to say, just like I'm looking at you, I want to say it to them, and give it to them with love and blessings. Yeah, even if it's tough. But I'm going to desensitize. I'm going to read it aloud a lot. I'm going to desensitize myself. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to think in my head, Hebrew, 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 blessings, 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 and make myself laugh. So anyway, rehearsal on Friday, and then back to the lovely hotel for a beautiful rehearsal dinner. There's over 30 people at the rehearsal dinner. That'll be lovely, formal, nice, over early so everyone can get a good night's sleep because it's an early day. Samantha got her bridesmaids pajamas, matching pajamas, so they'll all be looking cute and in their little pajamas when they get ready. And I didn't get a pair, but I'll wear my version of those. And I am going to go over there and get my hair done, but anyway. And then we all are going to the winery, the whole wedding party, immediate family, really early, like at 1:30 in the afternoon, and the wedding isn't until 4:30. Guests arriving at 4. A lot of time at the winery. But the good news is the weather's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be sunny and 75, high 75, so it won't be hot. The night's going to be cool, 58. So I've got a shawl, and I probably will put some kind of navy something in the car. I might put a leather jacket for me. I'm bringing a white leather jacket for Samantha, a little teeny white leather jacket from Italy, because she doesn't think she's going to get cold, but I know she's going to get cold. So I'm going to bring her a little white leather jacket she can put on, you know, it won't be till way after, you know, everything. And she's going to change into a little thing at the end. Her dress is, I'm not going to say a word about her dress, but anyway, she's going to change, I think, probably at the last hour or two of the wedding. And then they're going to go out after. They're going to after party. The kids are going to after party. We'll be exhausted. And then there's a lovely brunch at the hotel that the Cappels are throwing on Sunday morning, and a friend's birthday party that afternoon. I don't know how I'm going to do it, and woof, and there it is. And there'll be lots of makeup. There'll be lots of hair. There'll be lots of self tanning and all kinds of stuff going on. I'm wearing a self tanner. You can't see in the light, but I'm a little tan. I'm not white as snow, a little tan. And what else? I think that's about all that. So let's talk about what we've been, and you know, I was in a really good and excited mood last week, and then this whole thing happened with the mechanism and stuff, and it kind of took the joy out of things. So it's time to turn the joy back up in the monitor and get all psyched up for this impending nuptial. That is so thrilling. Thank you, Esther. Oh, and thank you for the stars. I appreciate the stars so much. You know, I did this I've been shooting this shit for 5 and a quarter years. And at the beginning, 7 days a week, and then 5 days a week, and then 4 days a week, and then 3, and then 2, and now 1. But I've been doing it for years to know. And, you know, it's not just standing up here and talking live. You know, I write the promo, I post it everywhere, then I do the show, then I take a picture, then I edit the picture, then I post again and do the promo everywhere. And now I put it up on YouTube. And, because they get taken down on Facebook, and I'm trying to put stuff up on, what is it called? On TikTok, I always forget. But, does the winery make non-alcoholic sparkling cider? I'm always looking to buy new type. You know, I don't know if they make their own, Barbara, but I did, hi Valerie, but I did request sparkling cider for us sober people. And that is on the menu. And I don't know if it's their own or not. I don't know if it's their own champagne. It wouldn't be champagne really if it was theirs, because champagne has to come from Champagne, France. So maybe the sparkling side, I don't know where this. Snuffy and I went to French Laundry up in Marin, and they served us in a wine bucket non-alcoholic champagne. It was from grapes from the Champagne region, and it wasn't alcohol, but it was real French sparkling grape champagne-y thing. It was wonderful. It felt very, very sophisticated and wonderful for sober people. And who's giving me mazel tov? Thank you, Valerie. And what I started to say is I appreciate the stars so much because, you know, I do all of this and, you know, it's hours and hours of work. This show, Game Changers, forget it. Game Changers is like, it has to be at least 36 hours of work every week, except these few weeks that I'm not doing it. But it's a lot of work because, you know, there's all the prep with getting to, you know, do my research on the guests and, you know, prepare for that, and it's a lot. And then writing the post-show wrap-up, I really try to do them justice, and writing the stuff before, you know, it's a lot. I just realized Tony's not here. Tony, where are you? But when they started to give stars, I couldn't get them for the first few months. They just weren't available. And they've only become available for the last, I don't know, month, 6 weeks or so. And I so appreciate you guys doing that for me. It makes me feel valued. I mean, it's not a lot of money. I know Facebook takes this chunk out of it and stuff. Thank you, Pia. But it really means a lot to me. And, you know, when I get an email from Facebook and it says, we are sending you, you know, for the month, $50, you know, it's like, yay. I think one month I actually got $92. Oh, somebody sent me 20 stars just now. Thank you, Andrew. I actually made one month like $92 from, you know, and it wasn't all from stars. Some of it was because they give you now some incentive with reels and I don't know what. You know, it's teeny amount of money for the amount of time, but it matters. It feels really good. So I really appreciate you guys for doing that and showing me that love and appreciation. It means the world. Okay, so what we were watching this week. Are you guys watching the Live Aid thing on CNN? Part 2 was yesterday. I think I spoke about part 1 last week. Loving it. Love that Bob Geldof all the more. And I love what David Bowie did. He insisted that instead of doing another number, they show the footage of the poverty of the people that were starving, the little children that were starving, and I think it was Ethiopia. And what was happening was that people they were watching Live Aid, they were watching the concert, but they weren't donating money. It was just trickling in. And Bowie was so smart. They ran that video, and then the phone lines flooded. And you could see the faces of the people in the audience watching and just like getting real. Oh, she's there. Hi, Tony. I was just asking about you. And so you could see it registering with people. Oh, this isn't just about the music. This is for these people that are starving. And anyway, very, very powerful. We watched the first part of the Billy Joel documentary, which is very personal to me because I'm friends with Liberty DeVito. I've known Richie Cannata for years. Tommy Burns, who has been Billy's MD and guitarist for the last almost 40 years, played for me before he was with Billy Joel. And he and another guy, Tony Bruno, who also played for me 40 years ago and was a good friend, scored the documentary. And so it just feels really, really personal. And I thought the first part was really brilliant. I didn't know anything about Billy's first wife, and I learned a lot. And I have so much respect for her. And just really interesting. I can't wait for the second part, which I think will drop on Friday. And so we watched that. We watched, I told you guys about Little Fires Everywhere. We had finished that last week. We're watching a British thing whodunit kind of thing. Called Patience. And it's about a very unusual young woman and this relationship she has with the lead detective. And I really, really like it. I think 6 episodes are out now. And they were really tricky. It's on PBS. The first 5 were free. And then they in order to get the 6th episode, you had to pay. And now they're dropping the rest of them whenever, once a week. Okay, so speaking of Dexter, so we went back and watched the last episode of the first show. Then we watched the last episode of True Blood, and we didn't know what was going on, so we went back. So we've watched Dexter, New Blood, and I fell asleep during the last episode last night, so I have to rewatch it. And then we're going to start Resurrection, and I can't wait. And I don't really understand how Resurrection is going to happen, because from what happened at the end of New Blood, it doesn't make sense to me, but I'm looking forward to it. And we thought we had missed another Dexter in there, because we remembered this show where he was in this cabin, and this guy was bringing him supplies, and he was hiding, and nobody could see him. And it turned out it wasn't a Dexter. But what I think it is, I think it was Paul's character after, oh God. Hello, I'm so tired. You know what I'm talking about. Aaron Paul, when he runs away and he gets away from, oh God. I'm totally like, I'm at a loss. I can't even think of the star's name. I'm so tired. It will make sense. Okay, good. But I think Aaron Paul, after Breaking Bad, thank you. Oh my God. I think after Breaking Bad, he ran away and was in a cabin hiding. I think that's who that show is. So we have to go back and watch that show, because it's really burning on our brains. In any case, loving Dexter New Blood, watching it again. The title gives it away, Resurrection. Well, Resurrection, but I don't know how he gets resurrection. He ain't Jesus, baby. And although I don't really believe in Jesus resurrecting either, so I'm Jewish. You know, and speaking of which, somebody sent me this this very Palestine propaganda film, pro-Palestinian propaganda film, a little video. And I thought, and this is somebody that I'm friends with and I've known for some years, and I'm thinking, how insensitive can you be? Wrong audience. I'm Jewish. I have a lot of relatives in Israel, people that knew the people that were taken and some killed. All of my relatives that live over there have served in the army. No, you're falling on deaf ears here with that. Yes, I have compassion for the people. Yes, I have compassion for the destruction. No, don't send that shit to me. I don't want to see that. Don't want to see it. No, as soon as those hostages were taken, those people were killed, those people were tortured. No, all bets were off there. Well, not all bets were off, but Anyway, read the room. Exactly. She didn't read the room. And, I started to write a response, and then I thought, why? If somebody is thoughtless enough to send that to me without giving it a moment's thought, then they're not going to listen. No, and it's just going to, no, it doesn't need to be in our friendship, but now I have information. It's information for me. And it was disappointing. It was very disappointing. And I know it's a hot issue. I lost one of my closest friends who's a Trumper, and an unapologetic Trumper, and in fact, a thumper Trumper. And, she's like a brilliant woman. She's a lawyer. And our friendship really, after 30-something years and almost blood with this woman, was so close. We really don't have a relationship. I reached out and wished her happy birthday recently, and told her about Samantha, who's following in her footsteps, and I thought that would open the door to her, for her to be gracious, and it hasn't. So it's very disappointing. Oh, in other news, before I go, my birthday, we always do something, Snuffy's wonderful, and we do something fabulous always for my birthday. Last year we were in New York, and this year we're going to go to New Orleans. It turned out because Paul McCartney is playing on my birthday in New Orleans. And I've been saying for years, I've never been to New Orleans, and then I've never been to Nashville. He's playing there too. But that'll be like a whole scene because there's so many musicians there and stuff. But Snuffy's friends with Brian Ray, the guitarist, one of the guitarists, and we're gonna go see McCartney in New Orleans on my birthday. And we'll be there for Halloween. And because I read that they like really pull out all the stops, and it's a great town to be in for Halloween, so we'll do that. And then we're gonna go over to Nashville, and I don't know what we're gonna do in Nashville. I don't know Nashville. So if you have tips about places where we watched Somebody Feed Phil, my good friend Phil Rosenthal, we watched the New Orleans episode and the Nashville episode. I took notes. But if you have favorite places, you know, we're thinking about, I'm trying to remember the name of the hotel now. There's a hotel that everybody talks about in New Orleans, and even though it wouldn't have been my first pick, everybody swears by it, so I'm thinking that means something. And then if you have a restaurant that you love, of course we'll have beignets. That goes without saying. I'm not really big on the Cajun stuff and on the crawfish. So, but it turns out New Orleans has all kinds of great food. We saw an Israeli restaurant that's supposed to be the best in town. We saw an Italian restaurant that looked incredible. So we'll be trying lots of things, and we'll have some Cajun food. Best fried chicken, right? New Orleans. Where else? Vicki Abelson, 1972. Palestine was renamed Jordan. So it hasn't existed for, yeah, okay, Michael. Well, it hasn't existed for you, but it exists in a lot of people's language and in a lot of videos. Do you need a personal photographer to come along? Fabu saw him in 2016. How fun for you. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to remember what year it was that I saw him. I think that's when I saw him too. At City Field with Drew Porrand, who owns the restaurant there. We had a fabulous time. It rained and it didn't matter. Pierce Brosnan was sitting behind me on one side, Stanley Tucci on the other, and somebody else was, oh, we had such a good time. It was wonderful. And we got to see the rehearsal. There were only about 30 people there. We had to stay a whole section back, but there were only about 30 of us, and Paul did like a full rehearsal. It was a good hour. And Billy Joel was the special guest, and he came out for the rehearsal. That was the only time I've seen Billy Joel live. That was pretty wonderful. You get New Orleans and Paul McCartney for your birthday. I'd love to see that get wrapped. You know, and the thing is, after we made the plan, I realized it's my 70th birthday. 70's kind of a big deal. And I thought, oh, you know, no party, no being with family and friends. We've been away my birthday the last few years, so we've only seen the kids after the fact, which is fine, but I don't know. You know, I threw Snuffy a little surprise party for his 75th, and I thought, oh, it would have been nice to have like a little party. I don't even a dinner. I don't know, something. It would have been nice to have people and schmoozing and but, you know, it'll be great. It'll be great. And it used to be that when I did Women Who Write, that we celebrated my birthday at Women Who Write every year. And so for 12 years, whatever it was, at the end of every October, which it sometimes fell on my birthday when Earth, Wind, and Fire was there. It sometimes fell 2 days later, the day I met Snuffy, and Marion Ross was there. It sometimes fell a day before, but we always celebrated my birthday. So I kind of had parties, even though they weren't birthday parties, they kind of were. The women were so wonderful and would always bring a cake, and we would sing, and it was very festive and very social and very wonderful. And what about a retro party for you and Snuffy's big birthdays? You know, we talked about, he mentioned we should have a combined party, big party, because you know, I had a very small little surprise party with just his men's group here. But, you know, maybe we could do that. Maybe, I don't want to do it before my birthday. I always think it's weird to do that. But maybe in November we'll have a combined party for just to celebrate the fact that we are still alive and kicking. Still alive and well, as Johnny Winter would say. I don't know, maybe, or maybe I'll wait till my 75th. I don't know. But anyway, I was talking also at the workshop today about how things have changed so much. I'm so different socially than I was. You know, I went to 3-4 movie screenings a week from SAG. I went to see friends play in clubs. I went to see theater. I did, you know, went out to dinner all the time, going out to meals, to lunches, to dinners, going to people's houses for social events, and I just don't do that stuff anymore. And so now when something comes up, I get a little phobic about it, and I don't really feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable in my own skin socializing. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. Anyway, I love you all. I've been talking for an hour. I can't believe it. It's time for me to go. I'm hungry. I actually get to eat a dinner tonight, and I get like 3 ounces of beef and some broccolini. Yay! Anyway, wish me luck to continue to lose weight. Hopefully when I see you guys next Monday, even after the wedding, I won't have gained it all back. I'll be still a good girl. And I'm just loving you all. I thank you all so much for all of your mazel, good wishes, blessings, joy, love. I love sharing it all with y'all, and I'm taking you with me. There's no cameras allowed at the ceremony. Excuse me, and Facebook takes down live videos anyway, but maybe I'll do a little filming of my own and post it the next day or something. Oh, thank you so much, Liz. So anyway, everybody have a wonderful next few days, 5 days and counting. I'll be counting them off on social media. Great to see you too, Pia. And wish my girl the best, and Tristan the best of luck, will ya? And that their day should be as joyful and as memorable and as wonderful as they want it to be. That's my ask of you. And thank you all so much for loving on me. I appreciate you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.